The devil, they say, is in the details. In any process, there are plenty of chances for things to break down, go wrong, become sidetracked, or get lost. It's easy sometimes to let even the things we enjoy most turn into a collection of problems and potholes. But by keeping our focus on the big picture, we keep our expectations high, our aim true, and our chances for success at a maximum. That holds true for any venture, but it's especially relevant anytime nature is involved. Whitetail hunters all across the nation enjoy a traditional sport that once visited the brink of extinction. That's where concerned sportsmen stepped in. Thanks to the work and sacrifices of these individuals, huntable whitetail populations thrive today in virtually every state. Today, sportsmen focus on many smaller elements that make up the hunting experience. Weather and the wind, feeding and bedding areas, travel corridors and stand locations all play a part in the day's outcome. Beyond these elements, however, lies the overall experience. By paying attention to detail, but keeping our focus on the wonder of the total experience, we make sure that every day afield is appreciated. All of the smaller elements are important of themselves, but they all combine to form the big picture. A rainy morning in West Virginia might have found some hunters still in bed. But for Glenn Litton, a covered stand and a set of rattling antlers were all he needed to brighten things up.
I'll tell you what, the change in weather has really got these deer up on their feet. Got a front coming here, brought some rain in here, and it's cooled the temperatures down considerable. These deer are up moving. We've seen some deer filtering through here. Saw a pretty good buck come running in here earlier. Seen a nice deer chasing a doe on the edge of that ridge up there by that blowdown. This is a good location right here. It's right in the pocket. Edge of this hill drops off this green fields. There's plenty for them to eat on the way up to the field. I think we're gonna see quite a bit of action right here. There's some deer in that field up there. I tell you what, man, you can feel this temperature changing.
First time we banged those horns together, I mean, it was just immediately. I'm telling you, before I finished the sequence of rattling, a buck come barreling in there around a blowdown, and he come in there and just set up, and man, he was ready, he was looking.
Gonna try a little rattling in the rain, a little hard. Buck right there. That's a good deer, but he's young. He's a young deer.
You know, after glassing the deer, he was a decent deer, don't get me wrong. I mean, he was a borderline 130-inch deer, and he would have been a great shooter deer for anybody. But, you know, I just decided that, you know, here it is. I mean, we just rattled one time, this buck comes running in here, and we just knew that there was gonna be a great deer that we wanted to come down through there.
He's a good deer, but he's young. I'm gonna grunt at him. Looking for a fight.
You know, after we hit those rattling horns the first time and that buck come firing in there, and again, we hadn't been there 20 minutes. And man, as bad as I wanted to flip that safety off and squeeze that trigger, you know, I knew, I said, there's a bigger buck out here, and you know, it almost sounds like a hunter's being greedy, you know, to pass up a lesser deer to go for a big deer, but hey, but that's what it's about. These little bucks chasing these little does, they're not gonna put up with much of that.
Give them something they can't refuse.
Out of the corner of my eye, I just see a flicker up on the side of the hill up there, and turn and look up there and see the guy that I wanted.
That's our guy right there, Joe. He's right behind that deer. He's coming to the same spot. If he clear that tree, that's our guy. He's in that blowdown right now. If he had cleared. If he had cleared. Here we go. That's a good deer.
The first deer come running in here. Pretty good 8-point, tall rack, not real wide. Shut down over there. Then we spotted this other deer. I'm not sure what he is. He's wide. He's got some good mass to him. This other deer just shot on by, and this other deer come in. We stopped him with a grunt call. Oh man, it don't get much better than this time of year anyway, in these pretty leaves. Oh man. Wow, what a hunt. What a hunt in the rain. What a deer. What a deer. Man. I'm gonna tell you what, This has been a fun hunt. I mean fun. So it looks like the fun is over. I gotta get this guy out of here. Man. You must be present to win.
When you know your hunting ground and the game that lives on it as well as Luke Stroman does, there's an extra measure of enjoyment to be gained from all your days of field.
Hunting isn't just going out and taking an animal, taking him home, hanging in the tree, taking pictures. It's something that it's a lot deeper than that. You learn a respect for the animal. You learn to understand their ways and respect that animal where, you know what, if you go out into the woods and you just get close, maybe you don't get the shot. Maybe you get the shot and you miss. But you still come home, it's like, you know what, I was out there.
Oh, that's him. That's Massey. He's coming straight in. Doc does. He looks like he's gonna come down and on this little fence line. Those does, they're coming right down that trail, right in front side.
The moment that deer stepped up to the edge of the wood line there and acted like he was gonna go straight rather than come towards me, the first thing in the back of my head was, man, I picked the wrong stand.
He's right at the edge of that line. He ain't gonna come.
All of a sudden, it just, boom, changed gears as he started walking towards me.
Oh, man.
He's gonna offer me a shot if I don't mess it up.
Here he comes, here he comes.
That's the exit one.
Look at the mass.
Oh boy, look at that deer.
That's beautiful.
I got 3 sets of sets of that buck I showed you guys at the house. Is that him or what?
That is incredible.
He ain't gonna score much, but that is a neat buck.
That's world-class whitetail right there. That mass like that.
Look at that.
Recurve bow. Are you
Check
kidding
that
me?
out.
Look at that beautiful buck.
He's still, you know what? The last 2 years he's had, actually last 3 years he has a little sticker off of his brow here. He's had a little sticker off this one too, and he doesn't have
Better
that.
buck than he's ever been.
Yeah, yep, this is as big as he's gonna get.
He's great.
When I think about taking Massey, I don't think about, man, he's not gonna be out in that field anymore. You know, Massey's had 5.5 years to breed, and it's one of those things that I would venture to bet maybe next year, because he's been around for a few years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I'm gonna see a buck that resembles him. It's gonna be a tight deer with a lot of mass. Maybe he's gonna have those little stickers on his brow tines. And it's gonna be kind of neat to see that, because I took that deer and all of a sudden I see that, it's like, you know what? He had fun while he was here.
Participating in Mossy Oak's annual Super Hunt brought Tommy Stell to the Pinelands of Alabama's Black Belt. Sharing camp with the Mossy Oak guys and swapping stories with his fellow hunters had already made the trip a success. But one morning high above a river swamp made his adventure complete.
It was serene, and then all of a sudden it was just, wow, it was there, it was happening, and here it is. This is what it's all about. I mean, the hunt yesterday by far is one of the most exciting hunts I've ever been.
There's a deer. Deer. About 150 yards. It's a buck. It's a buck. He's coming in. He's coming around the edge of that water. He's got his nose down. Looks like he's trailing, but I don't see anything. Yeah, he's a shooter. Looks like he's got his mind set on something. He's coming around there. He's checking the wind. He's checking. There's a doe. That's what he's after. It's perfect. I can't believe this. My first one. He's a big buck. Oh, this is gonna be cool. She's gonna drag him right by the stand. He's behind the tree. He's walking to my left. I gotta stop him. Gotta stop him right there. There's my shot.
To watch that deer do everything he did, it seemed like 30 minutes. I can't breathe. Oh man, what a hunt. I was nervous this morning because we didn't see anything early. My stand, I'm glad this thing's strapped good to the tree. It's shaking so bad. Oh my God. Oh man, we gotta get down here. Good look at this deer. I'm so nervous, I can't even climb that ladder. Come on, John. Can't even get my hat on. Oh, he's a nice deer. Boy. Shaking. Oh man, oh look at this deer. Oh my. Look at these horns. Oh man. 8-point, big bodied deer. This is old swamp buck. He's been fighting. He's got some spots on him and his horns all muddy where he's been in the mud. You can tell he's old swamp deer. He's broke, got 2 broken points. He's a good buck. All right, I guess I'm gonna see if I can get up out here, try to find some waders, and 4-wheeler. I wanna get back to the club and see if some guys killed. I heard some shots this morning. I'm gonna start dragging, get him out of here. What a hunt. Great. Mossy Oak Super Hunt. It's definitely what they call it.
No matter what the circumstances, for Barry Wenzel, there's no hunting experience that compares to the feeling of letting slip an arrow from his recurve bow. The challenge, not the result, is what brings him back time and again.
Shoot that hog.
Huh?
That's called a hog in this part of the country. It ain't a pig, it ain't a hog, it's a hog.
If I hit that metal plate at the base of that target, it'd be a hard shot.
How come you use them skinny arrows? Them's little kids' arrows, man. They're toys.
I mean, I started with a recurve when I was a little kid, and I wasn't like a lot of the guys that went to the compound, and I have nothing against compounds at all. I like the simplicity of a recurve. I mean, there's nothing to go wrong other than maybe, breaking a string or something. I do shoot a recurve just for the sheer enjoyment of it. I like the feel, and frankly, it feels like when I shoot if I shoot a compound, it feels like the bow goes off, and if I shoot a recurve, it feels like I psychologically go off. I mean, when the arrow leaves the bow, type of thing, and I like that aspect of it. It's a personal thing. We're supposed to be having fun. I find that's another situation where some guys get too serious about it just to try to get something, and that's not what it's all about. Again, we're supposed to be out there having a good time and respecting, God's creatures and the nature. And if you're dealing with an animal's life, you need to have some respect for it, and it all comes around. I mean, we again, we're out there to have a good time and enjoy it.
This is a different bottom than we were in this morning. It's about a mile. Kai put us in a bottom that's about a mile from where we were this morning, which This morning wasn't bad. We had 7 bucks come by, no does. Good buck doe ratio down here. A couple 4x4s, 1 5x5. There's 2 little ones, up and comers type of thing, but super stand. This is really, really pretty bottom. I mean, it's just green grass in here and all these oaks, big flat type of here. We got this flood thing. Right behind us here we got a dry ditch, and hopefully they're going to come along this ditch and we'll get some good footage. The sun's perfect. Sun a bit in their eyes and at our back, good filming and stuff, you know, but hopefully we'll get one coming through here and I won't joke.
We weren't there for 10 minutes.
He's coming this way. I do not believe it. How come you missed? How come you missed that deer yesterday? I don't know. He was another yard further than that or something. I don't know.
A hunt with friends is always a special experience. But when that hunt takes place in the heart of the Kansas rut, then the adrenaline really gets on a roll.
That's a little late. Got a little too close. That's a young 8-point. There's 2 more deer up here on this hill. There's a big biologic patch up there. Big green field we've been hunting on right here between the 2. And that deer came right down just like we thought he would, but there's two more up on that hill. I couldn't see what they were, but they're easy to spot. Everything's happening out in that field out there.
back and forth. There's a big biologic field over here, and there's been tons of activity out there. A few deer, nice little 8-point, smaller 8-point came out up in here this morning, but it's a lot of old post oaks and stuff. It's hard to see out in there. But we in the right spot. We hunted right over there yesterday and saw 3 bucks. One was a young 10-point. He didn't get close enough. But it's the right spot, big time. It's just hard to see out there. Turkeys everywhere. You can't move. It's just turkeys, turkeys, turkeys. Saw some does back up in there a while ago. I'm letting it come up from behind them. In the field, the buck. It's an 8-point. I'm gonna grunt at him. He turned straight around. He's coming in here. That's why he was waiting to hear right there. Oh, don't stop there. Don't stop there. Oh, he stopped in some stuff. He's behind a tree to me. He's down. Holy cow. Man, he came straight to that car. That is so much fun when they do that. Holy cow. He's a nice 8-point too, big time. Oh, man. Never seen that much game on one hunt. Turkeys gobbling, strutting. Deer everywhere. Make sure I got it back. Yeah, I got it back. What a buck. No ground shrinkage on that. Good gracious alive. He's done. Holy cow. Look at this thing. Man. Oh, he's an old deer. Big body. He's way over 200 pounds. Snapped his brow tine off right here. He's got a lot of mass on him. But I'm up here with old Charlie O'Brien, my buddy. And he got a great 8-point yesterday. Got a 140 class deer. And I went and helped him with that thing for a couple of hours getting him out, so I think I'm gonna give him a return of favor. Man, what a deer. I'm fired up.
As a lifelong hunter who makes his living in the very lands big deer call home, Ken McCool has seen his share of bucks. Still, the appeal of a crisp Alabama morning was all it took to bring him back again.
All right, we're gonna have to be kind of quiet in here. I don't want to mess this thing up for y'all this afternoon. Don't slam your jaw, just ease it too. They're gonna, where I'm gonna put you is right back in yonder. But the reason for that is there's a bed near on the other side of that, and over here there's a big slough over in these woods over here, and it comes around and it goes into a beaver pond over there. So it's gonna be a pretty good funnel over there where you are. There's a beaver down there. They're crossing over, and they're coming out of the bed area and coming into these food plots, you know, these biologic plots. You see where they've ate them up so much there.
That plot's eating down. I see rubs all around the edge of the field.
I see a rub right yonder. See it right through there?
The edge of the field. So they must be holding in there right at dark.
Yeah,
We'll get back in there, catch them before they get here.
Yeah, it's another pine plantation over there behind this one, and they staying in there. But let's go down this road so we won't make so much noise, and I'll show you where it's at. We need to be quiet though. There's a lot of briars in here, so we're gonna try to follow this trail. We got it knocked out pretty good in here. There's a rub right yonder on that pine tree, I see you. And your stand is right over there in that tree right there. Okay. All right, so you just be careful when you come back in the other scene and climb it.
Mr. Joe brought us in here, and over in Portland Landing over in Alabama on the Alabama River. We got in here about 11 this morning. He showed me how to get in here to the stand, and he came in, checked everything out, made sure everything was safe, and brought me in here, and we done got a bite to eat, and now we're back in here this afternoon, and we're gonna sit in here in the dark. Perfect afternoon, still, no wind, blue skies, and we're gonna get ready, see what we see. Get this orange hat off. Camouflage hat on in Alabama. Once you get 12 feet off the ground, you can put your orange away, being camouflage, so that's what we're gonna do. What's that? There's something moving in the trees out there. I think it's a possum. It's coming right down that lane. That's probably a good sign. That possum moving this early. We're probably gonna see some deer this afternoon. There's a deer right there. Man, we just talked about that possum coming through. The doe come in right behind that possum almost. There's another doe. There's two does in here. There gotta be a buck behind them somewhere. There he is. Let's see his horns. He's in that thick brush right now. Come on in, maybe we can get a better look at him. There he is right there. That's a nice buck, but I think it's a young deer. He's coming right on in behind that doe. Oh, this is unbelievable. He's out there. He looks like he's rubbing a tree. He's just keeping his eye on those does. Oh, he's not letting them get out of his sight. They are right on top of us. He's standing out there by that pine, and they're coming right on top of us. Man, this has got to be the spot. Awesome. Man, what a sight. We just talked about that possum being out feeding. Probably a good sign, and it wasn't 2 minutes. I saw the first doe come in. And then just a little bit later, I saw the second one. And then I saw the horns coming in the sun. And my heart got all in my throat. Man, when he came on out, once he got where I could see him, I could tell it was a young deer. He was nice, but a lot of people probably would have loved to took that deer, but all these big rubs in there, we know we're gonna see some deer. That was what it's about right there. That made the trip all worthwhile. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Got about 15, 20 minutes of good shooting light left. But no matter what happens in the next 15, 20 minutes, I know where I'll be in the morning. I'll be here at daylight in the morning. There's some big ones in here. The hot does, all the rutting activity. This is the place. I'll be in here in the morning. this morning. It's about 28 degrees. Oh, with this front moving in, we'll see some activity. So the rut's on, and again, it's about mid-January, so we're looking forward to some action this morning. Big deer. There's stickies in those trees right there. I can't see him. All I can see is horns moving. It's so thick in there. I can't see him. He's gonna come down that lane right there. He's gonna come right by us. He gets that open right there. We'll try to take him in that open. He's coming there. Definitely a shooter. He's in that thick stuff. He's gonna come in that open right there. He's gonna come right there. Right there. Right there. He's down. He's down. That's a heck of a deer, man. You said between 7:30 and 8. It come in behind us. 5 till 8. Unbelievable. I mean, come right in the window, boy. How far of a shot was that? It's probably 25 yards. Probably 8 yards. Oh, man. I gotta go see this deer. It's a deer of a lifetime. It's awesome deer. I'm shaking so bad, I don't know if I can climb down out of the stand. Good gracious, what a deer. Man, look at that mass. Oh, man. Look at that, it's just horn. Look at the mass on it, there's really rubber. Oh, man, look, almost palmated on this side. What a deer. Got G2s, forks on both sides. What a deer. Man, that's unbelievable. I'm gonna see if I can get him out of here. Get back to the lodge.
As a member of Mossy Oak's Camo Camera team, Rusty McDaniels watches most of the hunting season pass through a viewfinder. But one afternoon's opportunity with a bow did not catch him unprepared. By making the most of the chance through some hard scouting and well-honed mapping skills, the day did not go to waste.
There's rubs everywhere behind us. There's scrapes around the plot. Acorn still falling, grass. All the ingredients are here. Hung the stand yesterday morning, mid-morning. First time in here. First time's always exciting into a new stand, but we'll see what happens. Who knows?
We were riding down a road called Plantation Road, and there was some thin pine trees on the right, like an old pine plantation, and on the left it was some pretty hardwoods. And we were riding, talking, you know, just doing what you normally do when you scout, you know. I bet it's a good looking sign up in there and this kind of thing. And we look, and a doe crossed the road in front of us. Well, a buck was right on their tail. So we got excited, we drove up there, and it was trails coming out of those pine trees. So we looked on the map, and it was a food plot up in there. So then we caught ourselves looking, and you could barely see a glimpse of a food plot through the hardwoods. And it's January, so all the foliage is off the tree, so you can kind of see a pretty good ways. So we drive down in there, and there was a food plot the direction the buck was going when he was behind the doe. Got there, and we're just floored by the amount of buck sign. It was scrapes everywhere, rubs, a lot of tracks, a lot of deer using that food plot. Just a bunch of good sign, fresh sign, which is what we were after.
35 yards to that closest hand bed over there. 37 of those scrapes. We got a chance to take some long shots in this area. That's why I'm trying to get a few ranges in my mind.
I had ranged some spots with the rangefinder when we first got up in the tree and tried to memorize some distances. And off to my right, I'd ranged a big old water oak tree just outside the edge of the food plot, and it was 35 yards. And sure enough, there he come.
There's a deer, there's a deer. Just a buck. Oh my, great buck down there to my right, to my right. Oh God, it's big. He's coming right to the big blood. He's coming right to the He's walking right this way. He's gonna come to the big blood. He's gonna come right up under. He's gonna go down. Perfect shot. I think I heard a crash. I think I heard a crash. Oh my God, they're trailing. That buck come out of nowhere. I didn't see him. He went out of sight out there. But I'm pretty sure I heard him crash or like a log or a stick pick or something. Right there. 10 yards under the tree. That's unbelievable. That happened in about 10 seconds. I think I finally got my cool now. I still can't believe what just happened, but hey, we're gonna get our gear down. Go track this deer. Pretty sure he didn't go full. I heard a pretty good crash.
Climbing out of the stand shortly after I shot the buck. I feel good about the shot, but I didn't see him go down, so I'm kind of worried at the same time. So we decided to back off, go back to the ranger, and just hang out for 45 minutes to an hour. And it's dark now. We're fixing to go see if we can find the arrow and get on the trail. There's the arrow right there. Oh yeah. That's covered. That's a good sign. That's what I wanted to see. That makes me feel a little better anyway. I know it went right down through here. Let's see if we can pick up on the trail. Yep, he come down through here without a doubt. There's no doubt I got him good. He's got to be up here, not too much further. I know he's down somewhere up here. Everywhere. He cannot be too much further. I've tracked him a little piece. I'm gonna stop and look for him. He can't be too much further. It's open hardwood. I'll be dang if it's not his eye shining right there, baby. Woohoo! Yes! Look at this buck, man. What a deer. Yeah. Look at that crab claw. Man, he's tall, got good width and everything. Biggest buck I've ever taken with my bow by far, without question. Man, it just worked out. The way it come together was unbelievable. Just, I bet you we wasn't in the stand 40 minutes. Got set up running late to begin with. I was shook up just about as excited as a hunter could be, most probably. And we decided to wait, just give him time and wait till after dark. What an opportunity, man. It was awesome. I got a memory that's gonna last forever. Whew. Well, I guess I'll walk and get the Ranger and we'll get him loaded up and get him on out. What a buck.
There's no land quite like Texas when it comes to rattling up whitetail bucks. When you've got a friend along to share the experience and split the load, then you've got a special day lined up indeed.
Well, last night at supper we did a great deal of planning to set up just the right spot for this morning's hunt, and built our brush blind and everything, and had it all figured out. No thinking this morning, and we get up and the wind had turned, was coming in the exact opposite direction it needed to, blowing our scent right out towards our area we're gonna be hunting. So we had to kind of scramble and think on our feet a little bit and come up with another spot where we could still get out and see.
The way these deer are moving this morning, I think we can go off down here to this place. I see it, there's a couple of rubs and a scrape down here off this old Sendera. And I've been seeing a pretty good deer that's got some age.
Yeah, move off down to the bottom, get a little away from the highway, and then work our way on back in.
Yeah, that scrape in those two rubs is just off down here to our left a little bit.
Yeah, I've sat here before and seen some pretty good deer.
Boy, they're really moving this morning, aren't they?
Yeah, we could have got off the shot at that 8 point, but he never would give us opportunity.
No. Just get right there by that bush, Ronnie. Let's get our mask and stuff on and...
Yeah, I can see good from right here.
Good, good.
Let me, before you start rattling, let me get here and get my gun up and ready to go, because it might be a pretty quick shot, because we just got that little Sendera to shoot him as he comes across.
I'm gonna watch that hill. You watch down that Sendera.
Let me get my gun out, Charlie, because if he comes out, it's gonna be a pretty quick shot.
Okay. Are you ready, bud?
I'm good to go. Charlie, there's a doe down the Sendera about 100 yards. She's looking back behind her.
Can you see anything else?
No, she's just standing there looking back in the brush. Yeah, she just went off. Hang on. She went off into the brush. Yeah,
talk to me.
Yeah, there's a buck right behind her. He just came out. I think that's a mile I saw. He went in the brush. I think we're gonna stay here a while. There he is.
Did you get him? Did you get him?
Yeah, I got him. He ran off. He stepped out, stood there for just a split second. All I had time to do was get the gun on him and shoot.
Which way did he go after you shot him?
To the right. He started to walk off, and then he stopped and hesitated just for a second there, just enough for me to get on him. He come out right here, Charlie, stood, walked across, and stopped right here. When I shot, and he went straight back in the brush right here.
Off down in this bottom?
Yeah, right through here.
Well, let's see if we can go down here and find him.
There he is. There he is.
Huh? All right. How many points has he got?
He got 10. It's amazing how fast this can happen. 1 minute there's nothing in front of you, the next thing you know, there he is. Got to make a decision real quick. Not much time.
Never got to see the fella.
Oh, well, that's okay. You had a job to do. And you did good.
Well, time for you to do some rattling. Let me do some shooting, partner.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Let's go.
Though a lifelong hunter, Hal Sutton had never taken the field with muzzleloader in hand until last fall's trip to the Midwest. Combining the closeness of archery with the reliability of a modern firearm, Hal found out this method makes the best of both worlds.
Does it kick a lot?
Not too bad. It's really a lot of fun. If you like to shoot, it's been a lot of fun. It just gives you another opportunity to get out in the woods. Most states now have muzzleloading seasons anyway, so you know it's an opportunity to get out and hunt a little bit more. Anytime that, I get a chance to do that, and anybody else, it's another opportunity to get out and harvest another deer. So it ought to be a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of deer running around here, and this is kind of a neat thing to piddle around with and to shoot, and it's pretty simple to do.
Okay, you ready,
I'm ready
cuz?
when you are, Hal.
What'd we do there, Charlie?
We're dead on, right about, it's about an inch high at 100 yards, so that's perfect. That's just where we want, because I don't think this shot's going to be over 100 yards. But we need to go out there and kind of show you the setup and show you kind of how we're going to see if we can have some success tonight up here and see what happens.
I'm looking forward to it.
Set up this little kind of a ground blind here in this hay, right in the middle of this prairie grass hay field. And the deer come out of these wood lines straight in front of us because of the wind. It's hard to get in those trees right now because the wind's out of the north, it's out of the south. It's perfect. We've got a tower blind about 250 yards on top of this ridge up here. It looks down over this hay meadow. But this is the first time we're gonna get out there and shoot with a muzzleloader with you. So, we need to get that a little closer, about 100 yards, 120 yards max. And anyone that's hunted with a muzzleloader for very long know you can't shoot 200 yards by any means. So.
Well, this is my first time with a muzzleloader, and I'm excited about it, but I'm a little, I want to make sure I get that closer shot if we can.
So that's kind of why we set up these hay bales and kind of a ground blind situation here, and kind of work at it, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity to see a good buck. Probably need to cover up a little bit, be as still as we can here until that sun starts setting and getting out of the way a little bit. Because I think you'll see a lot of deer once that sun starts setting down over that hill over there.
What do you think that is? 45 minutes from now, or?
Probably about 40, 45 minutes, probably a good time. You see a lot of deer seem like when that sun disappears. I keep telling my kids, when you see that sunset, that's when those deer start moving.
Yeah.
And it holds true a lot of, all over the country, it's the same way.
Right.
Now there's a nice buck. Over to the right of that food plot right here.
Yeah, I see him.
He's back in the woods about, 20 yards. It's about 120 yards to that wood line, so he's back in there about 20 more yards.
He's coming.
Just to the right, yeah, he's coming.
He's kind of going a little bit along that dam, though, isn't he?
I hope he walks over. You're going behind that pond dam. He's going behind it.
I can just see the tips of his horns.
I can just see the tip of his horn walking over the dam part. I can see his horns. Every now and then you can see them when they just barely see the tips of them.
He's easing up through here.
Let him ease up this way and see if he comes back out here near out of that ditch a little bit. Maybe we'll get a chance at him.
As soon as he clears that tall grass right there.
Man, look at all this trash, these long G2s. You know what, hunting with a muzzleloader, I don't know if it could be any better.
Well, he didn't go very far, did he?
Tell you what, hunting here at the Catch-22,
Oklahoma's finest.
Oklahoma's finest, seeing deer like this.
Boy, what an exciting hunt. Following those does back behind that pond. I didn't know the does never came out, so I don't know what happened to those. So, a lot of fun.
Thanks for a great hunt, Charlie.
Enjoyed it.
If there's one fact about whitetails north of the border that always holds true, it's that you never know when a big buck may arrive. After 3 cold days spent on the hard ground, Bobby Cole's big break found him ready for action in a pop-up blind.
The anticipation level is so high in Canada because it's so scenic, it's so pretty, so calm and quiet, and you just never know what's going to walk out there. You're just constantly on edge because these deer will pop out, be there, and be gone within just a few seconds. So you've got to be alert and you've got to be looking all the time.
Well, that's a beautiful young buck right there. He's doing exactly what we thought they were doing. We suspicioned yesterday that these deer were traveling the backside of this ridge, chasing does, looking for does, just on the prowl. Oh wow, he's coming straight to us. Don't move, don't move. Oh, he's gorgeous in that bright sunshine. Listen to him grunt. You can hear him walking. He must be seeing something back behind us. Look at him bristle up. I can see a doe out of the corner of my eye. That's what he was looking at. Wow. He's gonna go around that brush pile. That was a close encounter. I really enjoyed that. I've said it before, it's why you come to Saskatchewan. You just don't know what's going to step out, when it's going to step out. And it could be a monster. Well, we just got here. We're in the clear cut this morning. They say it was cut about 7 or 8 years ago. There's not much regrowth. I know at home in clear cuts there's a lot of native browse that pops back that's real attractive to the deer. I don't really know about it here. That doesn't look like there's much out here, but I need to get my gun loaded. There's a good buck. Boy, he's got it all. He's heavy. He's wide. I gotta get organized here. I wonder what he's looking at. He can't smell me. There must be another deer out in this clear cut somewhere. Oh my goodness, what a deer. Keep going. What's he looking at? Oh man. I better put my earplugs in. Almost forgot. Here he comes, here he comes. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let him get as close as he can. Oh my goodness, what a deer. Keep blocking this scope up. This is the best deer of my life right here. He must be trailing a doe. Come on, come on. Come on. He's coming. He's coming. Here he comes. Here he comes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. What a deer. What a deer. Oh wow. I can't wait to get over here and see this deer. What an absolute pig. My goodness, this is what I've always dreamed of. Big, massive, dark horns, long tines. Oh, heavy, heavy, 300-pound deer. This is what dreams are made of. Saskatchewan, this is the land where dreams come true when you're a whitetail hunter. This is unbelievable. You know, and to think that this morning, I just really wasn't into it this morning. We've had 3 tough days of cold weather, and it's been rough. And yesterday was extremely rough. We sat on a brush pile from daylight to dark, sitting on a log yesterday, and we had some intense hunts. We had several bucks come by us really close, but it drained me. And this morning, I just didn't know if I could do it again. And the first thing, I just finished loading my rifle and getting on my gear where I could grab it, my binoculars in place, and first thing I see across this clear cut are these antlers. And the last 4 days I've seen a lot of deer, and you'll see an ear wiggle or a tail flicker, and then you'll pick out the whole deer. But the first thing I saw were these gorgeous antlers, and I knew I was going to try to get a shot at him. I mean, this is a buck of a lifetime. Absolutely a buck of a lifetime.
Persistence may be the most valuable part of a hunter's passion. The larger a hunter's investment of time, the greater will be his eventual reward. After previous misses earned him the nickname of Too Low, Frank Gibberto was determined to see his adventure through to the end.
I've been hunting down here at Giles Island for the last 5 years. My buddy Jimmy guides me every year over here. And I trade off by taking him speck and red fishing down in South Louisiana. But I've been on some good bucks. Missed a few of them.
having the last name Gilberto. All the guys here started calling me Tulo Gilberto. Miss low on a few of them. Tulo. Hopefully this morning I can correct that problem. And I don't know, they can come up with a new nickname for Mr. Gilberto.
We got in a little bit late. I mean, it was a little bit after daylight. We're dealing with a full moon, and deer been moving a little bit later. So we got in there being quiet and got up in the tree and sat down a little while and decided we were gonna rattle. I guess 10 minutes later, a little spike came in. We watched the spike a little while, and I was, of course, looking around, looking at the spike, noticed movement behind the spike, and immediately saw horns on top of the deer's head coming in.
He's a shooter. He's definitely a shooter. He's about 40 yards. Looked like a good shot. That was a big buck. My God. Oh, Jefferson. Massive horns, chocolate horns. Man, I don't know, this is the worst part. I'll get my bow drop down here and we go take a look.
Got them bladed out brow tines. Yeah, that dude grew a little bit since last year.
Oh, yeah.
He's nice.
Fine looking deer. I hadn't seen the deer personally before, but I, saw the video and knew the deer he was talking about, knew it was a good one. Of course, seen the sheds and opened the door, grabbing his sheds from last year. And I just think it's amazing that, with a couple of deer they have on the wall here, we got a mount with sheds from 2 previous years. To be able to find those sheds and then harvest the deer and have it all together as one is a pretty cool thing.
Sometimes the smallest of elements can make the biggest difference. Quirks of habitat can play their part for or against the hunter. By taking advantage of the edge effect and hunting a field that bordered a long stand of pine, Rob and Craig Fletcher found a buck that made all their hours of field worthwhile.
Tell you what, we've been seeing a lot of good 8-pointers, a lot of does up here. I got one good 8-pointer on film, I think. He's been coming out here pretty steady chasing them does. Good cold afternoon, first good cold spell. It's gonna be a good afternoon. It's still, it's not blowing. Those will come out here. I believe he'll come out here. He'll be out there. Have a good chance of getting him. We'll sit right up here in the shade. Shade will be behind us. Sun will be going down. It'll be good. Tell you what, sit right there in that tree. I'll sit right there. Right? Yeah, I see you right in that bottom right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I think he's chasing one of them does. He is. I can't see him again. He's down in that bottom. I think that doe is coming this way. So maybe he'll come out on this side. Maybe he'll pop right out. Yeah. I think he might come out on this side with that doe. All right. Hey, there he is right there. See? Yeah, I see he's right here in that bottom. Yeah. He's chasing her right there. He's headed this way. What you think he is? He looks like a pretty good 8-pointer. What I could tell, got pretty good tines. He looks like a good one. He's gonna follow her right out. Hey, he's chasing her good. I tell you what, next time he stops, I think I'm gonna shoot him. Yeah, he went right out. He did. He dropped. Shoot, yeah. He made a good shot on that. I think he's going anywhere. That's right. He's down. He got to be right up here on this hill. He's right here on this hill. Right here. There he is. There he is. I knew he wasn't going far. Yeah. He fell right there when he shot him. He made a good shot on him, too. Man, look at that. Look at this over here. Oh, right there. Man. That's pretty one. Yeah, it is. Man. Tell you what. That's perfect, ain't it? Pretty deer. Ah, look at that point he's got right there. Got some good brow time. Gosh, I tell you what. Past time, supper time. Got a good deal. Let's go get us a good meal. Let's go.
The devil, they say, is in the details. In any process, there are plenty of chances for things to break down, go wrong, become sidetracked, or get lost. It's easy sometimes to let even the things we enjoy most turn into a collection of problems and potholes. But by keeping our focus on the big picture, we keep our expectations high, our aim true, and our chances for success at a maximum. That holds true for any venture, but it's especially relevant anytime nature is involved. Whitetail hunters all across the nation enjoy a traditional sport that once visited the brink of extinction. That's where concerned sportsmen stepped in. Thanks to the work and sacrifices of these individuals, huntable whitetail populations thrive today in virtually every state. Today, sportsmen focus on many smaller elements that make up the hunting experience. Weather and the wind, feeding and bedding areas, travel corridors and stand locations all play a part in the day's outcome. Beyond these elements, however, lies the overall experience. by paying attention to detail, but keeping our focus on the wonder of the total experience, we make sure that every day afield is appreciated. All of the smaller elements are important of themselves, but they all combine to form the big picture. There's nothing like hunting the rut. When the whitetails are chasing and fighting, scraping and rubbing, there's no telling what you may see, or when it may appear.
Boy, look at the size of that squirrel. Them things are living and dying of old age. And take that nut and bury it someplace here. Get them fattened up for the wintertime. Boy, I don't think anybody hunts them squirrels at all. Probably take a week to pack that one out. Always something to see. Being in nature, there's always something going on. It's all about to happen as soon as that sun goes down. Seems like any time it hits around that 40-degree mark here in Kansas, they start going wild. There ain't nothing like dreaming about seeing a big whitetail. All of a sudden he appears out of nowhere. If that don't shake you up, nothing will. It's incredible. I can hear something. Yeah, something's walking. Oh yeah, I see it dying. Nice high tines. I can't make out what it is yet, but that could be a shooter. Oh man, it's a dandy. That's what we're looking for right there. See, found the door on. Yeah, they're working their way this way. Oh man, what a dandy. Look at the size of the body on that thing. Oh boy.
Now look at that. He's making a scrape right there. Well, that's something you don't see every day. Man, oh man, look at that. Look at the size of him. He's gonna give me a good broadside shot right there. .38 yards. That is in my comfortable shooting range right there. Oop. Oop, here comes the nose. They're crossing right here. Well, let's just wait and see what he does, see if he follows them in. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Yep, here he comes. Yep, here he comes. All right. Oh, man. Look at that. He's going to go down right there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. He's down. He didn't go 50 yards. He's down. Look at that belly sticking up. That big white belly. I'll tell you what. First night in Kansas. That curtain might put us right on him. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's what you dream about. First buck comes in, it's a shooter. And I'll tell you what, you couldn't dream any better than what just happened. We pinched. I mean, I gotta get down and take a look at him. I mean, he's right there. All right. There she is. Now there's a clean pass through, and there ain't no tracking with that puck. I'll tell you what. What a dandy. Man, oh man. There ain't nothing like hunting Kansas. Oh boy. Boy, what a dandy. I'll tell you what. What a buck. Look at the rack on him. He came in and made that scrape over there. He was at 38 yards and I was comfortable with that shot. And I thought about taking it until I saw the does working their way into me. So I decided to wait, and sure enough, he come right around behind him. What an incredible animal. He didn't go 50 yards. I got about a half hour light left. I'll have to go get the pickup truck and figure on getting him out of here. It's going to take a little work. Well, what an afternoon. What a great hunt. Unbelievable. I love hunting Kansas. There ain't nothing like it. Man.
See that creek over there?
Mm-hmm.
Those deer are going to cross right there, come across that creek out of that CRP field.
They bed down out there?
Yeah, they like that CRP grass. That big CRP grass, they really like it for bedding. There's your stand right over there. Just go around those hay bales and right up to the stand.
Good. We'll have a good time, I'm sure.
That'll be the perfect spot.
Well, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you. All right. We decided on a 4-day hunt that we would take the muzzleloader the first day. You know, it's the first time shooting that muzzleloader. Got a chance to shoot it a few times, you know, practice with it. And I felt comfortable at 100 yards. It's pretty accurate as far as I was concerned to 100 yards. Oh, look, there's a buck right here. Where in the world did he come from? Like he popped up out of that field. That's a nice 8-pointer, looks like. 18 inches, 19 inches wide. Man, he's too far away. We need to get him to come this way. He's starting to go the other way. Man, he's about 183 yards away. He needs to get a lot closer than that. If he don't get up within 100 yards a day, I'm just gonna wait. I don't know about you, but I bet tomorrow I might come back with that rifle in the morning. Because that'd have been a nice deer. That's a nice deer to take right there. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
We decided after that, Arthur and I, when we got back to the truck, decided that maybe it was time to take a rifle down there the next morning. So, you know, we set up the next morning, got in there before dark, and saw quite a few deer at the same place, very end of that biologic field, just tearing it up.
This is bigger. This one's bigger than the one we saw yesterday. It's not the same deer. I was thinking that big one would come out, and this one's even bigger. I kind of got a little limb here. I don't think he's too rattled, so I'm just gonna let him ease on out there a little bit longer. Out away from me and see if he can feed out away from me toward that road. Make sure I got a clear shot. He's crossing, they go in that CRP following those does. We saw a big one last night, and that one's even bigger. Come out of the same trail, almost same spot. Man. I hit him good. Look how he's going over that field, into that ravine. Man, he's down. He's down. Man, that's a good, that's a good Kansas deer there. I know he headed right toward that big tree. Shouldn't be very far, I don't think, the way it's going, the way he's stumbling. Wow, there he is right here. Man, look at that old deer. You know they're a good deer when they're sticking up out of this tall prairie grass. Man, oh man. What a big old Kansas whitetail. Man, big old long 12-inch, at least 12-inch tines with a little sticker. He's a real nice deer, probably
you know, close to 140-inch 8-point, which is an outstanding deer anywhere in the country, and big body. Saw a lot of deer. Saw probably, I think we saw 3 or 4 bucks that morning, and even after that, there were still deer in the field. So again, biologic made a huge factor as far as coming in there and drawing the deer in and actually giving them something that's nutritional through the wintertime.
Though he'd spent countless hours in the deer woods all across the nation, Gene Winsel had never hunted the bucks of the Lone Star State before this past fall. Bringing the magic of the recurve bow to the unbelievable opportunities to be found in the Texas brush proved to be the perfect combination for this lifelong enthusiast.
It's great to come down here, and especially during the winter, you know, get out of the snow and cold weather up north. But I spent a lot of time in Texas hunting hogs and javelina and nilgai antelope. This area here is a lot different than extreme South Texas. There's no brush country. This is not a high fenced operation. The sex ratio is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to say 3 out of 4 deer that we saw were bucks, and quite a few good ones. Lots of Pope and Young class bucks. The rut, I think, is pretty much over here. They're still following a little bit, but they're feeding locust pods and those wild onions and a little everything down there. But the number of deer you see is tremendous, and like I said, lots and lots of good bucks. The understory is just phenomenal. There's nice green grass. It's not the brown dead stuff. There's lots of green grass around, and they're eating those wild onions too, I imagine. But you can see those deer coming back through the bottoms from 100 yards sometimes and over.
Yeah, that's him.
The deer are literally unhunted until last year, and the fact that they're bow only, they're undisturbed. They've never been pressured, and the buck-to-doe ratio being what it is, and the fact that it's bow only, there's just action, constant action. This 9-pointer looked up and he had his ears cocked up, and he was definitely looking at something, and I looked over in that direction. Watching deer and seeing how they react and seeing these bucks move through, they weren't really thinking does as much as they were thinking feed sources. He came up and started in and actually worked past us, didn't give me a good shot. That's a beautiful buck, beautiful buck. What a great buck. Arrow went clean through him. I can see his belly right from here right now. This ranch, it's not high fenced, it's a cattle ranch. There's just action, constant action. It's just a delightful experience hunting wild deer that are unpressured and knowing that the fact that it's bow only and you're gonna have an opportunity at a tremendous buck.
As anyone who's rattled during the Texas rut can tell you, when the horns make their music, there's no telling what's going to happen next. Whether you've spent a lifetime with the sport or are brand new to the game, there's nothing quite like it to set your heart pounding.
There's a buck coming out to the right of that big tree. He's got a couple of does with him. Can you tell what he is? Looks like a big 8-point. Bob, over to the right, that's him. That's him. He's walking out there. See him? Get ready. There he is, Bob. Okay, I see him. Boy, he's a good. Get him. Don't let him get away.
He's bigger than I thought, but he won't stop. He's going on where those does are.
Well, keep your gun on him. Don't let him get away.
He won't stop, though. I can see him, but he won't stop. I got brush in front of me now.
I'm gonna see if I can stop him with his rattling horns.
Okay, try to. He's in the brush over there. He's gotten in that thick stuff. I can't shoot him from this side. Okay, get over here. He's got to come out of that brush.
Bob, if he steps out in a little opening to the left, can you get him?
I've got one little bitty opening there, Ray.
If he gets out there, get him.
Okay. He's down.
He's down, Bob. You got him. Good shot.
God, Ray, that's a big deer. You know, when he got ready to go, he went, man.
Man, he was.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
He's barely in time. He's heading for that thick stuff.
Oh, man.
Man, he's a nice one, Bob.
Yes, he is a nice one.
And they usually come out right over here, Bob, and come in through this direction, like he did. And,
this little field got some pretty good green weeds. They must come in here and browse on their way to the beds, huh?
yeah, they browse out there all night, probably, and then come back in here at night. But man, he's a good one. I tell you what.
He came right out of that point right there, just like you figured. So.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna go get the truck. No way we're gonna drag this big rascal out here.
All right, I'll vote for that.
Most states in the South offer very liberal whitetail seasons, giving hunters the opportunity to try their luck with every sort of gear known to man. For Brian Kraft, though, archery's challenge is what brings him back no matter what the season. The difficulty of making it happen from close range fires his imagination and keeps him looking forward to the next trip afield.
Yesterday, the high was, I believe it was 78, and today the high is 48. It's the kind of days that whitetail hunters dream about getting back in the woods. We're in a big hardwood bottom here. We've been waiting to get in for several weeks now. It's got some big acorn trees dropping in here. So, wind's perfect for today's hunt. A lot of buck sign in this bottom. Hopefully we'll be able to connect with one of these arrows today. This old weather like this makes you want to get out and hunt. Keep you out of the office, make your boss mad. We'll try to nestle in here and see what happens.
gonna go ahead and check some of these distances in here, make sure we know where we can and can't shoot. Got a good shooting lane right here. Our acorn trees are right there at 30 yards. To the back side of the acorn trees is gonna be just a touch over 40. We're sitting up so high on this ridge, it doesn't look that far, but it's gonna be a good shot down there in the middle of the bottom. They come feed under these acorn trees where we're expecting them. Looks like we're gonna be a good 35-yard shot. Shouldn't have any problem with that. That's gobblers, big old long beards. Oh, you gotta love that if you like turkey hunting. That didn't sound like a turkey. I think I hear something over there to our left. There's a buck right there. It looks like a pretty good deer. That's a good buck. Big wide buck right there. He's gonna come right through that bottom. Boy, I hope he doesn't get around this side of the tree. That's wind terrible. You can see it blowing behind me here. He's coming right there. I'm gonna have to stand up. Man, he's looking right at me. I can't move. Uh-oh. I feel the wind shifting. He gets around that tree right there in that gap. I have a perfect shot at him. Be just a little over 40 yards. He's coming. There he comes. There he is. I need to put his head down. Here's my shot. Good hit. I didn't get a lot of penetration, but the hit was right on. Oh man. That buck was big. That was a big, wide 8-point. Man, he come in there, I thought he busted us. Ain't nothing like this bow hunting them. It's one thing to go out and shoot one with your rifle. I love that too, but man, when these close encounters with these bows, boy, that's enough to get your heart racing. It's been a good hour now since we shot that deer. I hadn't heard any leaves or anything rustling over there. I think we're in good shape there. I can't wait in this tree any longer. I got to get down and go see what this thing looks like. Be dark before long. I want to find this big scoundrel before dark. Yeah, it looks like we were right in here. Yeah, I can see where he kicked up right there. Oh yeah. There's something here. This is something all bow hunters go through here, tracking these deer. You just never know what kind of shots you put on one. just never know. It's ups and downs of bowhunting, highs and lows. Highs in the tree. Get down here looking, just sometimes you get that bad feeling. It's still cold out here. Man, we've looked all over these woods for this deer. Just about time to give up. You know, I was telling you back at the stand, you get those highs when you shoot him, and you know you put a good shot on him, you think you killed him, and think you shot a good deer. And then you look around, you can't find anything, and you look for 45 minutes, can't find the deer, and that's just heart sunk when you get back to the lodge. But we found him. He's right up there. He's a good buck. We'll see if we can go see him. Man, what a buck. Look at that rack. Well, that deer's even bigger than we thought he was. He's got to be 22 inches wide or so. Man, that sucker's wide. Good thing we put in the extra time to find him tonight. I'd have sure hated to have to come back in here tomorrow. I couldn't sleep. You hunt all over the country, it's hard to find bucks like this. Big, mature whitetails. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, I guess I'm gonna let this big rascal lay here. I'm going up to the truck, see if I can't get Sean and Shannon on the horn, see if they won't give me a hand getting this big rascal out of here. Good thing we found him.
Though he's a lifelong outdoorsman, days spent on the water rather than the woods were once the norm for Mike McCloskey. Since joining Mossy Oak's Camo Camera team, however, he's found a brand new angle of attack for reaching adrenaline overload.
Yesterday afternoon, we sort of got a late start. A little bit of fishing interfered with our hunting. If a deer comes up over that hill, it's going to be right on top of us. Especially if he's chasing the doe, which they say they're doing right now. As you can see, I'm really ready. Gun in my hand and everything. Make sure we got a bullet in here. Yeah, I got one in there. There's a doe. Same place that one came out yesterday afternoon. I don't know if it's the same one. It's just doing the same thing. Just walking around. Look behind her. There's something back there. There's a buck right there. Good buck, dude. He's looking right at us. Man, that is a good deer. I got to try to get around here. Man, he's spooky. Oh, my jacket's grabbing on that tree. He sees us. This is going to be a rough one. He's tricky.
limp. Had to have been fighting. I can't shoot him right there. I'm shaking too bad. Oh, I just can't shoot. All right, he's coming, he's coming. All right, here we go. All right. Well, I ain't done that in a while. I don't know if I can ever do that again. That's tough doing that, man. Wow. Wasn't expecting that at all. Man, bass fishing's a lot easier than this. I just ain't used to this. But that was cool. We probably got 150 yards to walk over there where he went down. It's gonna be a hard walk. I'll be stepping on everything, still shaking. I'll do my best to get out of here alive. Let's go see. He went down about right in here is where he was. Here we go. Yep. There he is. He didn't go very far. Good one. Good one. Big old body on him. It's amazing what they can do to a man. He's got some little characteristics here. Got him a broken brow tine. And just solid white through here, just been rubbing. Whole head's off. Still all wet. Like he got out the shower. Got him a little kicker back here. And big old body. Man, look at that. That deer must have popped him right in the shoulder. Got all these scars on his back. They're hard workers this time of year. And I'm glad he gave me a look at him. Get him out of here.
Nobody's perfect. Even the very best hunters get busted by the simplest of mistakes from time to time. After the motion of his draw blew one opportunity, Mike Hanback made sure everything was perfect the second time around.
I tell you what's so neat about the way you do this is it's not a deer drive at all in a traditional manner. You know, when people talk about driving deer, there's guys blowing through there and deer running, you know, and all that. But the way you do it's these little gentle pushes, nudges.
And we're going to go across the river, and Luke and I will be over there. With this southeast wind, there's a lot of cover over there, and it takes us a while to do it. But that'll bring them up. You're here across the river, and we're on the other side over here. And with this southeast wind, we're gonna make them nervous, and they're gonna cross the river up here. Let's go see what happens.
Let's do it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, the wind is still east. It's perfect wind, but they're going to be bedded looking at us. If we lose anything, it's going to be right across that point.
Yeah.
We're going to go right across the river.
Yeah.
Oh boy, there's a lot of fair sign in here. That's going to be tough to get to all that junk there without disturbing, but we'll just have to hope they usually pop up on top first and get nervous. So at the river or the up on top after we get down there.
Well, I got a bow, I'll take top.
Sorry, it might be another one coming. bow hunt your whole life. How many times you get an opportunity like that 10 yards away on the ground? Big deer coming in right where a man tells you he is. Then you blow it. You blow something, part of the game. You learn from that, you forget about it, you get your confidence level back up. The deer comes in, then you're thinking, okay, I can't mess up again, so let me readjust. So I got down and I kneeled and I said, this is better, maybe I have a little more cover. I had a little buck coming in the front and sort of a doe or two bringing up the rear, and the shooter buck was sort of in the middle. As soon as his head went down, when his eyes were shielded, I made my draw right there. I don't believe more than whitetail hunting I've ever had, I believe. I mean, you can go sit in a tree stand for hours and hours, and I love it. But when you come down here and get down on the ground with them, you know, you hope to see one buck maybe, or some does come by. Big shooter come in, bust you. A few seconds later, 4 or 5 more bucks come in. Then you're thinking any time it's got to be over, it's got to be over, it can't get any better than this. And 2 more bucks come in. I think it was a doe or something behind them too. I know it wasn't another buck, but that's unbelievable. One thing at least I learned from the first experience, if you're going to try to tie it all together, because I figured out when to draw at least. I let that little guy get by, man. It was 50-50 whether he's going to bust me, and luckily he didn't. He was looking down when I drew, and big deer.
There's a crossing on the other side. That's where some blood right up front of you, right on that leaf. What do you got? I don't know. Blood, I can't. This is all over here.
Let's press on. I know he didn't go back there. We cut something.
What color's your fletching, Mike?
What do you mean? Is that him?
That's your fletching sticking right here. Is that him?
Mike?
Let's get him. Is he blown? I tell you what.
How deep is that?
It's hard telling right here.
I'll tell you what, the water won't kill you. The mud will suck you under.
Get in the middle of that thing.
I gotta get
over your head.
Some shoes on.
You want to go get a canoe?
That ain't a bad idea.
That ain't the worst idea.
Now let's just go get him. I don't think I can wait. How about you, Mike?
No, let's go.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's, if you're going to go from those sticks coming back.
All right.
I'll direct.
This stuff right here is just soggy, so.
It's 4, 5, 6 feet deep out there in the middle.
Just keep getting better and better. I gotta get us fast off like goes right down this bank.
You got your tag in your pocket, take that out. So it don't float out.
All right, bro.
You got everything out of your pockets, Luke, and all that? Huh?
Yeah.
Welcome
to the milk, boys.
This is gross.
Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. Hey, nice job.
Hey, do you guys want to congratulate him and get him out of the water?
This one that we saw.
Yep.
Is that him that you saw?
Yep, that's him.
That's one of them. He didn't look as wet when I saw him, though.
Push him up.
Well,
One time I was low, and at the end I was higher than the highs, and you can't beat that. These guys, when they have clients come in, friends, whatever, they're going to work. In fact, I think they're going to work as hard or harder for those people than they would for themselves.
Time spent hunting is special, but hours shared between father and child stand beyond compare. when those two can be combined for an afternoon hunt in one of the most productive whitetail spots in the nation, then you've got something truly wonderful at hand.
All right, Rabbit, let's get out here before dinner time and get this stuff in the tree stand for this evening's hunt. Rattling horns, a little rattling and grunting. Huh? You do the grunting, I'll do the rattling, all right? All right, let's get this decoy loaded up. Head out. Get everything set up for this evening's hunt. You get out there then good and early. All right. Let's go. Let's get this stuff set up. Thinking right here, Rabbit. All right. Let's get this decoy out.
Probably right here.
Right in here. All right, here we go, Rabbit. Let the decoy set in there. There's that tree line I was talking about there. We'll get some doe pee on the doe decoy there. And hopefully that'll bring one's attention in here to check her out. All right? All right, we'll see what happens. Let's get loaded up, go get some lunch in us, and be back out here about 3 hours. What do you think? Get ready for this evening's hunt. Let's go. For now, I'd say you can shoot out that window there, or this in here, can't you, Rabbit?
The buck's coming up.
Here comes a buck out, ain't it?
Yeah.
Thinks he's the tough man on the block. Look at him. He's making a beeline for somewhere. I'll bet he's going, yeah, he's going to go down there to that other little buck. Look at him. Walking sideways there with his head cocked and all bristled up. Ain't here 10 seconds. Look at him. He thinks he's the king of the hill. Toughest kid on the block. He's chasing that little buck, Rabbit. Chasing him up through the field. I bet he's going to chase him clear out. Yeah, he is. What do you think of that? Does that happen in school?
Yeah.
Yeah? You see anything else? Yeah. Want to try rattling and grunting a little bit?
All right.
You want to try rattling? Comes one. He's coming out.
Dad, that's my 8-point.
I think that's him. I think it's him. That's him, Rabbit. That's him. Get your earmuffs on. Get your earmuffs on.
Careful now. Careful. All right. Let me get the gun in here. Keep your eye on him. All right, he ain't looking. He's going down towards your decoy, Rabbit. All right. You get on him right here. I'll get the rangefinder and see how that. Look at him. He's going right towards your decoy. He's going right towards the decoy. Just wait. Just wait. He's within range. Look at him. He's checking out your decoy. You stay on him now. He don't know what to think of that decoy, does he? Wait for the shot. There, he's leaving the decoy. All right, stay on him. All right, whenever you got a shot and you feel comfortable, you take the shot, okay? Whenever you're ready, baby, he's close now, he's in position. All right. You get him? Let me help you. Let me help you. You got it. Got it on him. Are you excited, are you? Oh, man, I'm excited too. Man, that's quite a buck, Rabbit. All right, let's keep taking a peek at him, Rabbit. We'll take the gun just in case. Just to make sure, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I can tell you shot him in the neck, boom, down he went. Put her there. All right. I believe he's down for good, Rabbit. All righty. He ain't got any ground shrinkage, does he? Yeah. How many points this old boy got here? You count them there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11, maybe 12. You can almost count that as 2 points there, couldn't you? What do you think? I'll count it as 2? We'll make him an official 12-pointer then. How's that? Looks like he's been working on Daddy's sawmill there. He's been debarking a lot of trees, ain't he?
Yeah.
He ain't got all kinds of bark there at the base of his horns, ain't he? Got a nice body on him, too, ain't he? Big body. Got a big old neck on him. Looks like a weightlifter or a football player. Looks like a fullback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, don't he, Rabbit? Go ahead and lay him down there, Rabbit. I believe it's time now to head up, get up, and start walking back to the Polaris Ranger and get him loaded up and get him back to the skinning shed. What do you think?
Years afield had netted Richard Ellis a number of does and other game, but a trip to Alabama's whitetail mecca paid off in one young man's first rack buck.
We're dead on the end of on the neck of a saddle with the pine thicket's probably 60 yards in front of me that way. And this is the end of a slough. I can see the top of the other pine thicket across from me. There's several scrapes and a few rubs on the way into the stand. There's sign everywhere. There's no doubt I'm gonna see something this evening. I'm gonna put my rifle bag out where I can get a hand on it a lot quicker. Pull my cam out so I can get tit fast too without making a bunch of racket. Kind of make me a little shelf system right there. so I don't have to make a lot of movement to get to it, and it stays quiet. The guys told me that this would probably be a better morning stand than it would an afternoon stand, but I figure you might as well see what's moving in the afternoon. With all this sign, they gotta be moving all day long. With this being the rut, you never know. The bucks are real unpredictable. They come and go as the does come and go. That's all they want to know is how to find the next hot doe. I got a red-headed woodpecker behind me. This doing his best to irritate me this afternoon. Only got about 45 minutes of light left. We're just gonna sit tight and see what happens. There's a buck right there. Tall spikes. He's headed straight out in front of us. That's a good way to start it off. Up there's a bigger one behind him. You just knew something was going to happen, and being the rut, you know, I'd always seen people rattling, so I wanted to try it for the first time. So I had a bleak can, I turned it twice, and then decided I wanted to try the rattling bag, and I just hit it for about 5 seconds, and I think about exactly 12 minutes later, here he came right out of the thicket. Walked right out in front of me, and my heart started pounding. I got so excited. I'd never seen a tall rack buck like that. Oh, he's good. He's coming right at us. He's turning. He's turned. He's out of the way from us. I'm about to take him. I don't have a clear shot though. I'm gonna take him right here, right this gap. I got him. Oh yeah. Fell right where I shot him. That's perfect, man. Good job, man. Thank you. Oh man. Whew. Couldn't do it any better than that. That's my first buck I've ever killed. First rack buck big like that. That's something else. And that's the first time I've ever rattled too. So it don't get any better than that. I'm hooked. I start rattling more often. Right here in the rut. He ought to be down by now. I can't take this any longer. We gotta go check him out. I know exactly where he dropped. He's right here in front of us. Fell straight down. Wasn't no running to it. Oh, look at him. I see his rack from here. Oh, that's a good one. Oh. Man, yeah. You can see right where he's been still rubbing trees. He's got bark all over him. Yeah, I decided to rattle for the first time. And I'd never done that before. So I hit the bleak can twice, rattled the rattling bag, first time to ever rattle. And he came walking out about 10 minutes later. That's my first buck, first time to rattle out here in Alabama. That's a gorgeous whitetail right there in the rut. Get my gear back to the truck and come back and drag this big boy out. Man.
As a professional in the waterfowl hunting industry, Sam Counts has seen his share of days afield from border to border and coast to coast. His first whitetail hunt in Canada, however, was another experience altogether.
So we'll take a walk in here and
This is
check
a
out
trail
where we're
right
going to.
here?
Yeah, this is a trail. It's about a quarter mile in here. We'll check out where we're going to put the blind. It's a nice little spot. I've got a nice little hump where we're going to put the blind on.
Good.
And then, like I said, about an 85 yard shot. Be just perfect.
Good deal. Well, let's go check it out.
Okay. Yeah, while we're walking in, Sam, we might be lucky enough to see a deer or two.
Good.
It's a good spot for deer in here. You know, like on a snowy day, you get sort of a miserable looking day.
A little bit of weather, a little bit of change.
I personally think that's when them big bucks are out.
When they move.
You know, they're moving.
Yeah.
So I figured if we set the blind up right here, nice grassy spot, a little bit of a hump here.
Yeah.
See, look at how beat down that game trail is there. See that? They'll be coming in from there, and that main trail they've got coming out of the brush here. They've got 2 or 3 main game trails coming out of there, plus that old road, plus this main road coming down here. Well, the deer here, you know, they like the thick cover, but they will come out in the open areas to feed. So what we'll do now, I guess we'll go back to the lodge, get a bite to eat, and get some help putting the blind up, and you'll be all set to go in the morning.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, you betcha.
The sun was coming up, and it seemed like it took forever for the sun to come up. And, you know, it kind of clicked in why I was there and what was really going on. It was just a great opportunity to be in Saskatchewan and really just enjoy the opportunity to sit there all day and watch for these huge animals to come out.
Man, the cover's so thick here. I'm afraid not to keep looking with my binoculars because it's so thick they can just appear and be standing there before you realize it. You know, it's been a full moon at night. Maybe these deer won't move till the middle of the day. And maybe we'll see a big buck easing through.
At first, you know, I thought, man, it's going to be tough to sit out there all day. But once you get in this environment and you realize what's going on in this area and these people have scouted for you, you get wrapped up in it, and it's just a mindset, and you can't wait to sit there all day. And if it takes 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days, you know, it's just the way it is up here. It's the way you hunt. And like I said, you get in a mindset, it flies by, really.
It's about lunchtime. I think I'm gonna get me a snack.
It was about lunchtime, and I looked down to get my sandwich, and Rusty and I were talking, and I got about half of it out, and I ate half of it. And I set it down, I thought, boy, this is gonna be a long day. I better save some of this food. And we were sitting there, and when I put it back in the lunch pail, I heard Rusty say, there's a deer. And I look up, and just out of nowhere, bam, there he stood.
There's a buck right there.
Oh.
Oh, he's a big one. He's nice. Yeah, definitely. He's a big buck. He looks good. Yeah, he's tall. He still got his head down. Yeah, I gotta wait till he turns. I'm waiting on him. I think he's going down right there. Yeah, he's going down right there. I don't think he went very far. It's a good shot on him. Right there. He fell right there in the same spot. Man, he did. He come out of nowhere. He just appeared. That's what Joe told us. He said these deer would just show up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're there. As thick as this brush is, they had to get out. When he stepped out, you know, we could see how big a body he had, how tall his horns were. Just a good buck here in Saskatchewan. Unbelievable more. Let's go take a look at this big buck. We won't have to track him far. Man, what a buck. Wow. Man, what an animal. Dark color, huge body, just what we were looking for. Man, what a buck. We were eating our lunch, he looked up, he just appeared out of nowhere, decided he was what we were looking for, decided to take him. On our first Saskatchewan hunt, on our first morning, at noon, we took this big boy, and now the work begins. We got to get him back to camp and go to work.
For those with the knowledge and the opportunity, a rattling hunt in the Texas Hill Country can be like Christmas Day all over again. No matter how well you know the land and the game, the Lone Star Rut is sure to offer up its own share of surprises.
Been doing some rattling. Some younger bucks are chasing does. Seems like they're just coming in. We're hoping with patience and persistence and a little luck will pay off. This morning, cousin, we had two real nice bucks. One mature 9 point and a mature 8, both shooters. They were just there a little too early, but we thought we'd get out of the box blind and do some rattling. Here's a couple small 8-pointers. Yearlings, it looks like. They're going straight to the acorn trees. Wait a minute. Both those yearlings are, those little 8-pointers are, I can't see. Whatever they're looking at is behind these scrub oak trees. There's two huge bucks. Whoa, this other one's got a lot of points. Too big. You got some kickers. All those other deer left. I don't blame them, he's a man. As soon as I get a clear shot, he's behind some cedar bushes. He's down. It's over with. It's over with. I gotta go look at this rascal. He's getting bigger, cuz. He's getting bigger. Look at the mass. Oh, son, look here. Let's count these points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. Got a couple that even broke off. We were expecting him to come out of the straw here like all the rest of the deer, but this old rascal was wise. He made a full circle and came there completely opposite. He was trying to wind us or whatever was here, but he was hidden behind a cedar tree for so long I couldn't get a shot. And finally, the good Lord willing and the creek didn't rise, there he was. It didn't take me but a split second to see all those kickers and points, and I knew he was a shooter.
Yesterday morning we seen a doe come in behind us, running. We thought it might have been another deer behind her, but we never saw anything. And then she kind of slipped on out of here. Yesterday afternoon, came back and had a small buck come in to our left. He kind of came in unexpected too. And deer just kind of cruising now into the rut here in Alabama. Got hardwoods to our left. The pine thicket right there to our right. Rubs and scrapes everywhere. The pines kind of come to a point right there, right to our right. That's where I've been seeing the deer. Hopefully they'll come out right there. Last morning, last day, pressure's on us. Gotta do something. Must be a bird. There's a deer. There's a deer right there. It's a buck, a big buck. He's coming down the hill. He's rubbing that tree. He's rubbing that tree. God, I can't get on him. Come on. Here he comes. He's coming right to us. He's good deer. I gotta go look at him. Golly.
When I first saw the deer, I thought it was just a deer. And all of a sudden I seen horns and saw his main beam, then he turned and looked at me and I was like, oh my gosh. About fell out of the tree. It's kind of unbelievable.
I gotta go look. Can he hardly walk? Man, let's go look at it. God. I know it's on top of that hill. Oh, I can't wait to look at this deer. Look at there. He's right up here. God, dude. There he is right there. Man, yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. Man. Very unexpected though. Threatening the rain. 60 degrees. Sure enough, about 7 o'clock, showed up by himself. Thought he was gonna cross water and walk right under us. Man, it's a jam up spot there. Big rubs everywhere, scrapes. Prime time. Beautiful deer. Busted up right there and busted that on. What a deer. Unbelievable. Last one. Before the rain. Golly. You can see we've been rubbing right there. The cubs put us on it. I'm gonna be excited to see this joker. Let's go get him. Get some help getting this joker out of here. Man, yeah.